What if I told you that the workout tips many people follow after 60 might actually be slowing down your progress? A new 2024 study from the University of Copenhagen followed over 8,000 adults above 60 for 5 years, and the results were shocking. Instead of sticking to regular walking routines, those who switched to 5 targeted exercises reduced their risk of falls by 73% and boosted their overall strength by nearly 90%. Imagine almost doubling your physical ability while lowering your chance of injury. The researchers were so surprised, they repeated the study twice, and got the same results. Even more surprising, these participants spent 40% less time exercising compared to the walking group, yet scored better on every health marker. Blood pressure improved 31% more, joint pain dropped by 67% compared to just 12% for walkers. And bone density actually increased instead of just holding steady. But here's the real game changer. The number one exercise on this list is so simple that 94% of participants could do it instantly, with no equipment or training. And this single move alone improved lifespan markers by 42%. According to Harvard Medical School, it activates special pathways that literally reprogram your cells to behave younger. This could be the difference between walking tall at 80 or needing a cane at 70. Before we dive in, comment below with your age and where you're watching from. We read and reply to every comment. Now, let's jump in and explore the 5 powerful exercises that can help future-proof your body and keep you moving like you're 40 again. Number 5 on our list is wall push-ups with a hold. This move might look too simple to make a real difference, but research says otherwise. A 2023 study in the Journal of Aging and Physical Activity found that adults over 60 who practiced wall push-ups with a hold for just 8 weeks boosted their upper body strength by 34% more than those doing standard exercises. Why does this matter so much? After 60, we naturally lose about 3% of muscle mass each year if we don't fight it. And this isn't just about appearance. Weak upper body muscles make daily tasks, like lifting groceries, opening jars, or bracing yourself if you trip, much harder. Wall push-ups with a hold target what experts call functional strength patterns, the exact movements you rely on throughout the day. Here's how to do it. Stand an arm's length from the wall with palms flat at shoulder height. Lean forward slowly until your nose is close to the wall. Hold for 3 to 5 seconds, feeling the engagement in your chest, shoulders, arms, and even your core. Then push back slowly to the starting position. The key is the tempo. 2 seconds in, 3 to 5 seconds hold, 2 seconds back. This method, called time under tension, is proven to build more strength after 60 than fast repetitions. Start with 5 reps and work your way to 15. Now, let's move on to exercise number 4, which targets a completely different but equally important part of staying strong as you age. Number 4 on our list is seated leg lifts with resistance. And don't be fooled. Just because you're sitting down doesn't mean this exercise is easy. A 2024 study published in the Archives of Physical Medicine found that seniors who practiced seated leg lifts with resistance improved walking speed by 28% and stair climbing ability by 45%. That's a big deal, because walking speed is considered one of the strongest indicators of overall health and longevity. In fact, doctors often call it the 6th vital sign. So why is this move so powerful? It targets your hip flexors and quadriceps while also engaging your core. These muscles work together every time you take a step, climb stairs, or stand up from a chair. Yet, traditional walking doesn't strengthen them enough to fight age-related decline. Here's how to do it. Sit tall in a sturdy chair with your feet flat on the ground. Slowly lift one leg straight out until it's as close to parallel with the floor as you can manage. Hold for 2 seconds, then lower without letting your foot touch the ground. That's one representative. Keep your back pressed firmly against the chair. This ensures you're working the right muscles. Aim for 10 to 15 reps per leg. What makes this exercise extra effective is that it trains one side at a time, what experts call unilateral training. This corrects muscle imbalances that naturally develop with age. As you progress, add resistance every couple of weeks. You can start with light ankle weights or a resistance band around your ankles. This gradual increase, known as progressive overload, helps muscles and bones adapt at any age. And here's the surprising part, percentage-wise, older adults often see even bigger gains than younger people because they're starting from a lower baseline. Before we move on to exercise number 3, which focuses on a system most workouts completely ignore, make sure to hit that like button so more people can benefit from these tips, and subscribe so you don't miss our upcoming videos. Number 3 is standing heel raises with a balance challenge. This move may look simple, but it strengthens two of the most critical areas for healthy aging: your calves and ankle stability. A 2023 study from the National Institute on Aging found that calf strength was the single best predictor of independence in older adults. Seniors with stronger calves were 71% less likely to need assisted living and had 64% fewer fall-related injuries. Why? Because your calves act like a second heart, pumping blood back up from your legs. Weak calves can lead to poor circulation, swelling, and even higher risk of clots. Here's how to do it. Stand behind a sturdy chair for support. Rise up onto your toes as high as possible. At the top, hold for 3 seconds while keeping your eyes forward. This activates your balance system, which weakens with age. Slowly lower back down in 3 seconds. The lowering phase is where most strength is built. Start with 10 reps and gradually increase to 25. Once that feels steady, progress to single leg heel raises. This not only doubles the resistance but also makes the balance challenge much tougher. In fact, research from Japan's Longevity Research Center showed that adults over 60 who could perform 20 single-leg heel raises had the vascular health of people 15 years younger. Their arteries were 43% more flexible than those who couldn't do the exercise. But the benefits don't stop at circulation. Heel raises also improve brain health. By pumping more oxygen-rich blood upward, participants in the same study scored 26% higher on cognitive tests after just 12 weeks. MRI scans even revealed more gray matter growth in brain regions linked to movement and spatial awareness. This exercise also trains your body's natural trip recovery. If you stumble, your first defense is pushing off with your toes. Weak calves mean you can't catch yourself, but strong calves make the difference. For best results, mix up the tempo. 2 days a week, perform them slowly with a 3-second hold, and once a week, try quicker reps. Up in 1 second, down in 1 second. This variety keeps your muscles adapting and prevents plateaus. Number 2 on our list is modified squats to a chair. Now, before you worry about your knees, listen to this, because the science is surprising. A 2024 meta-analysis of 42 studies with over 15,000 participants found that chair squats were not only safe for people with knee pain, but when done correctly, actually reduced discomfort by 58%. The keyword here is correctly. So why is this move so important? Because it works nearly every major muscle at once: your glutes, quads, hamstrings, core, and even your back. And here's the bigger picture. The sit-to-stand motion is something you do every single day. Once you lose that ability, independence quickly slips away. In fact, studies show adults who can't perform a sit-to-stand test without using their arms are 3 times more likely to die within 5 years. That's how critical this movement is. Here's how to do it right. Stand in front of a sturdy chair with feet hip-width apart and toes slightly out. Cross your arms over your chest or extend them forward. Push your hips back first, as if you're closing a car door with your hips, and lower down slowly for 3 seconds. Lightly touch the chair with your glutes, don't sit or relax. Then drive through your heels and squeeze your glutes to rise in about 2 seconds. That's 1 rep. Start with 5 to 8 and build to 15 to 20. The Stanford Longevity Center found that seniors who did this 3 times a week for just 6 weeks increased lower body power by 47%. And here's why that matters. Power isn't just strength, it's strength with speed, which is key to preventing falls. Participants also walked faster and showed improved brain activity in the motor cortex, literally rewiring the brain for better movement. For progression, start with a regular chair. Once you master 15 reps, move to a lower surface for more challenge. Eventually, try the motion without a chair, or even add light weights for extra benefit. And now, the moment you've been waiting for, the number 1 exercise that's changing the way we think about fitness after 60. Bird dog progressions. The top spot goes to the bird dog progression, and when you learn why, you'll see why researchers are so excited about it. This is the move that boosted lifespan markers by 42% in Harvard's study. It might look simple, but the bird dog targets nearly every concern of aging: core strength, balance, cognitive health, spinal stability, and even bone density. A 2024 Journal of Gerontology study called it the most effective exercise for healthy aging. Here's why it's so powerful. Balancing on opposite arm and leg forces your brain to coordinate both hemispheres, improving memory and lowering dementia risk. It also challenges your spine's rotational stability, which is critical for daily movements like carrying groceries or turning around. How to do it? Start on hands and knees with your spine neutral. Lift your right arm forward and left leg back, forming a straight line from fingertips to toes. Hold for 5 seconds, then switch sides. Progression plan. Weeks 1 to 2, hold 5 seconds per side, 5 reps. Weeks 3 to 4, increase to 10 seconds. Weeks 5 to 6, add small pulses to activate more muscles. Weeks 7 to 8, try it with eyes closed for a real balance challenge. The results are incredible. A Mayo Clinic study found older adults who did bird dogs 4 times weekly saw core strength up 93%, back pain down 76%, fall risk reduced by 82%, and even bone density increased by 3.2%, reversing years of typical aging. For best results, breathe deeply through your nose during the hold, and focus on stretching longer, pushing your hand forward and foot back. This activates more muscle fibers and boosts strength gains by up to 40%. In short, bird dog progressions prove why targeted exercises can beat walking alone. Just 20 to 25 minutes of these 5 movements, a few times a week, delivers far better results than long daily walks. And remember, progress is more important than perfection. Even small, consistent steps create big changes, no matter your age. Now I'd love to hear from you. What daily task has gotten harder after 60 that you'd like to improve? And how many minutes do you usually spend exercising each week? Share your thoughts in the comments below.